Hey guys, this is Barbie Kalev. I am making the studio for you guys in the Diamond Run. I asked you what questions do you have, and I promised that I would make you a long video answering your questions. So let's get to it. All right, the first question is from Carolina. She says, when a prospect can't give you a date and time to talk with you about the coaching opportunity, what do you say? Do you send the video or not? So actually, that's two separate questions. The first question is, I'd love to share a video with you. Can I send it to you? You ask permission to send a video. So they either say yes or no, and chances are they're going to say yes. So that's one question. I actually, myself, never send videos unless I get permission. So can I share something with you? Can I tell you whether it's about the coaching opportunity or a challenge group? And then I wait for them to say, yeah, sure, right? Then when I send it to them, I said, so when can you watch it so that I know when to follow up? Sometimes I'll say, can you watch it tonight? And then they'll say, no, I'm going to watch it this weekend. I said, great. So then I'll know when to follow up with you. So
Yeah.
I would need a little bit more information from you, Carolina. If they're just not saying anything, then that's telling you something, right? Feedback, even if it's silence, is feedback. If they're just saying, I'm not really sure, then you can press and you can say, do you think that you can watch it by Wednesday this week so that I know when to follow up with you? And they should be able to say yes or no. If you want to be a little bit more precise with your question, I'm happy to answer that. Okay, the next question is from Bernard. What is your responsibility as a sponsor? When do you say, all right, the rest is up to you? So that's a great question, right? So ethically, I think that we have a responsibility to the people that we sponsor into the business to just let them know what the tools are, to plug them into the training. The entire business is up to them. The person who sponsored me is a really nice man, Kevin Kane, but he didn't really show me the ropes. It's whether you succeed in this business is 100% up to you, to the person who is the coach, right? As part of the empire, or if you're on Team on Fire, because we're doing this with Hillary Kelly, you have all the tools that you need to succeed in this business. So, Bernard, I don't know if you're asking that question because you have someone that, may be leaning on you a little bit too much or that thinks that you're responsible for making them successful. But the truth is, they're responsible. If you sign up to be a coach, you're responsible for your own success. You have all the tools. Our job, I believe, as sponsors is to point to the tools, to be supportive, to plug them in, and then say, all right, you got to do the work. So we're doing this Diamond Run, right? Every day we're providing content for you. But at the end of the day, it's up to people to show up and do the work. I mean, really, it boils down to that. This business, it's not that it's easy, but this business is simple. You find people to contact, you message them, you connect with them, you get to know them, you invite them, you follow up, you rinse and repeat. And that's really what we're doing in the Diamond Mine. So, whether people do it or not is the key. All right, the next question. How can you help someone that lives in Italy that is asking for help but is going through depression and has economy problems? I know we can't ship international, but do we not help at all? That's also a great question. So, okay, first I have to say that you are not a therapist and you don't have to feel like you are, right? So you can help someone by pointing to some tools, right? They're in Italy, so no, you cannot be their coach. And I have people that message me all the time who are in, India, South Africa, Bangladesh. I mean, just anywhere in the world, everywhere outside of the United States and Canada. And, your time is limited, right? You probably have a job, you may be in school, you have children, you're a spouse, you're a girlfriend, whatever. You're super busy. And so the reality of life is that you can't give your time to every single person that wants your time. So as much as in my heart, I truly want to help everybody, I can't give my time to everybody that wants it for free because then I wouldn't have a business, I wouldn't have a life. And so I do have to limit my time mostly to the people that, that are able to be my customers and on my team. And that's just the way it is. So I would say, I'm sorry I can't coach you, but I'm happy to point to some tools for you, right? And then, if she's suffering from depression, then I would really encourage her to seek help, and that there's nothing wrong with seeking help. And if she's got economy problems, so do a lot of people, right? Like, girl, you cannot solve the world's problems. So just watch out for that. All right, Carrie. When someone wants to order Shakeology HD or a challenge pack, would they save more money by becoming a coach over just becoming a Beachbody member? That's also a great question. When you buy a challenge pack, it costs exactly the same to become a coach at that point because the coaching fee is waived, okay? So if I buy a challenge pack as a customer, let's say the challenge pack that's on sale size this month is $140 as a customer, I pay $140. If I want to become a coach at that point, it's $140, right? So when you buy a challenge pack in general, you save more, whether it's a customer or as a coach. However, over time, if they're using Shakeology, for example, they're saving $30 on Shakeology. They are paying $15 per month for the business services fee, but they're still saving $15 a month. So that question really depends on what the person is getting every month. If they are getting Shakeology every month, then yes, they're going to save more by being a coach. Mary Estep, great question. How to keep your emerald solid? The way to keep your emerald solid is to help your emeralds, and they have to be willing to help themselves, is to recruit more people and have more people on their team. Your business, if you're an emerald coach, you can't depend on those 2 people to keep you at emeralds forever, right? You have to keep growing. You have to keep adding to your team because your business cannot be dependent on any one person. That is a lesson that I have learned a gazillion times, right? So when you're a diamond coach, you might be diamond for a day or a month or a year. But if one person falls out, it's not their fault that they decide that they don't want to be on Shakeology anymore. They don't want to be active. It's your responsibility to keep growing your business. So that is a great question. Amanda, what if someone's issue for purchasing is space? There's 9 people squished in a 1-family home, so there's just stuff piled and no space to work out. Listen, Amanda, when I would tell that person where there's a will, there's a way. My office, I'm not squished in an apartment, but my office is pretty small. I have my space. I work out in a very small space. I mean, this is where I work out. It's just like, you can't really see it, but it's a tiny space and you need 6 feet of space. If this person wants to take their workouts to the hallway, to the bathroom, to the garage, outside, to the park, and especially with Beachbody on demand, there is absolutely no excuse. She or he can choose workouts that don't even require equipment. So where there's a will, there's a way. Linda, follow-ups in general. For example, when you are following up with everyone who was interested, do we send a direct follow-up message or just say, hey, how are you? What do you do when doubt starts creeping in? When someone you trust tells you that it's admirable, I want to help people, but why do I use Beachbody to do so? That statement just gave me an icky feeling. 2 separate questions, right? How do you follow up? So it really just depends. So if someone told you that they would be interested in looking at the business opportunity and they said that they were going to watch the video on Sunday, then Monday I would send a follow-up email, be like, hey, did you have a chance to watch the video? And then I wait. And if they didn't, and then I'd wait 2 days. Hey, I'm just checking back in. Maybe you missed my message, or I wanted to make sure that you didn't feel ignored. Did you have a chance to watch the video? That could be a follow-up, right? And then a follow-up, someone is interested in purchasing a challenge pack, but they have to speak to their wife or husband first. And then I'd wait, 48 hours, be like, hey, did you have a chance to speak to your hubby? Or check back a month later. Hey, you said that you were interested in, that you might be ready to start a challenge group, to look at the opportunity in October. It's October, so where are you with everything? How are you doing? And then sometimes it's just a, hey, how are you? It really just depends. So the second part of your question was someone said to you, it's admirable that you want to help people, but why do I use Beachbody to do so? And whoever gave you that backhanded remark, it is a backhanded remark, just to be sure. That's implying that there's something wrong with helping people with Beachbody. And I really want to say to you, it really has something to do with them and their own issues and not with you. So, if you care about this person and you want to go back and visit that, then I would say, you asked me that the other day. I didn't really know how to take it. What did you mean, right? And they might say, well, you're helping people, or Beachbody is a pyramid scheme, or whatever. And you could just say, how you feel. Like, I'm sorry that you feel that way. I love Beachbody. I've lost, 20 something pounds because of Beachbody. Like, I really feel like I've regained my health, my confidence. And, I have to, there's exchange of money for services every single day. You go to the dentist, you're paying. You go to the doctor, you're paying, right? You go to the supermarket, you're exchanging money. And give me one transaction when there isn't some kind of barter or exchange. And you cannot think of it. If you have a babysitter, you might have the best babysitter in the world, but you have to pay that lady. So there is absolutely nothing wrong with being a Beachbody coach. It is something that I'm extremely proud of and that you need to be proud of. And when you have naysayers, you need to just brush it off, and you don't even have to answer that question. You can just say, because I believe in it, and you stand up for what you believe in. And I know that this can be extremely difficult when you're starting out and the people that are saying those stupid comments happen to be your family, your mom, your spouse, your friends. I mean, it happened to me, and I just ignored it because I so believed in the opportunity. So hang tight, stay with people and hang with people in this circle and our team that believe in this opportunity. It is real. So don't you let them get you down. Okay, just a few more questions. This video is getting long. All right, Facebook posts in general. Do you recommend long or short posts? I recommend both. And how often do you include a call to action or ask a question at the end, asking people to join you? I've seen coaches have success with both long and short posts. There's your answer. But I fear if I post too long, nobody will really be ready or lose interest. Now, I don't know you, Elizabeth, so I can't say if you're, someone that's whose posts I would want to keep. Some people write really long posts and they're boring, right? Some people write long posts once in a while. I wouldn't make the majority of my posts long because people would be like, oh my God, there she goes again, right? So I would say the majority of your posts are short. Once in a while, you can make a longer post, right? When you have something that you have to say, and some people say long post alert. I don't do that. I just make my little long post. How often you post really depends on whose theory you're following. I am just using my like page. I post 8 to 12 to 13 times a day. I follow Sandy Krakowski's social media map. It's on our level 2 training. You can look at it on teamempiretraining.com website. The password is Empire Freedom with a capital E. Or if you don't follow that system, it's 3 to 5 times a day on your social media regular profile page. And a call to action, the general rule is that 10 to 15% of your posts are going to be about Beachbody. And so if you're posting 3 to 5 times a day, that's maybe one post is about Beachbody. And then once a week or twice a week, you're posting a call to action. But, let's say you have a challenge group that's coming up in September. It's already August 22nd. I personally, if I'm posting every single day and I'm posting 5 times a day, I would feel comfortable posting about my challenge group every day when I'm really recruiting for that challenge group that's upcoming, because there's a sense of urgency. Because I'm following Sandy Krakowski's model and social media content map, I'm posting 12 times a day. I feel absolutely okay doing a call to action every single day, every day, once a day, or even twice a day. But again, I'm providing value and content that is not about Beachbody all throughout the day. So when they see my call to action, it doesn't feel like I'm pushing products. People are ready to hear that. Carolina again. When you request people on Facebook that you don't know and then friend request is accepted, how do you approach them? Well, hold on. Okay, hey, thanks for the ad. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. How about you? And then you can form them. Thanks so much for adding me. I love meeting and getting to know new people. How do you know so-and-so? Okay, great ideas, right? And then you said, most of the time I add from private groups that I'm in, so we have no one in common. Right, but if you're in a private group together, then you could say, hey, we're in the, Doberman group, and, I have a 5-year-old Doberman. So it's really nice to connect with you, and then you build a relationship from there. All right, and finally, the last question from Felicia. In developing your brand or ideal customer, is it all right to have two completely different types? Being 50, I'm finding that people in my circle age group have no time to watch the webinar that I've invited them to, have no money or time to get online and order Shakeology. I'm thinking I should tap into a younger market. I friended my hairdresser. I have younger cousins with younger friends. Can I tap into two different types? Now, I have to really disagree with you. Being 50 doesn't mean that you're broke. I'm absolutely certain that you might just be looking at the wrong, for the wrong kind of person. Being 50 does not mean that you don't have time to watch the webinar, that you don't have money to order online. I mean, that's just not true. The growing population with Facebook, for example, are people in their 60s and 70s, and people are ordering online. So it might just be take a look at who you're talking to and why are they broke and what kinds of posts are you making that is attracting people that have no money and that can't spend, So, and, if you absolutely feel that way, then go ahead and target somebody else, right? And if you haven't done the exercise that we posted last week, I think it was last week, on branding, and it was Katie Hefner's exercise on developing your ideal customer, you absolutely need to do that. And that's okay. I don't know how old you are, but let's say you're 40 something, 50 years old, and you want to target younger people. That's okay, right? So, for example, Sandy Krakowski, I don't know how old she is. She's probably in her 50s. She's targeting people that are younger than her. That's okay, but you need to make sure that you develop your ideal customer avatar and ideal coach avatar. All right, guys, I hope that this little video was helpful. I told you I would make a video to answer all your questions, and I was more than happy to do it. If you had more questions, I would have answered more. I do want to say, as we go into this third week of our diamond run, that you have to take this baby by the freaking horns and do it. You need a deadline. When do you want to be diamond by? And are you doing the work? I see some people saying, like, I want to be diamond by, August 30th. And then you haven't even gotten one Success Club point, right? Be realistic, but or be unrealistic with your goals, but do the freaking work so that you can reach your goals. This opportunity has leveled the playing field. You don't need a PhD. You don't need a college degree. You don't even need a high school degree to succeed in this business. You need to be self-disciplined. You need to be willing to do the work, and you need to believe in the products and be using the products. That's what you need to succeed, you guys. So go out there this week and make contacts. We're telling you how to do that. We did that in week 1. Week 2, we focused on inviting. This week, you want to focus on making contacts, inviting, and following up. And then message people, connect with people, invite, and do the work. All right. See you.